Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yeah, at the beginning of the semester, I chose the community issue of my hometown sugar beet factory possibly shutting down. I was super attracted to this because not only does it solely affect my family as farmers and my hometown as farmers, but it affects the United States as well. The companies that this factory distributes their sugar for will be pulled back on production times if they don't get the right amount of sugar they need. And they won't be able to produce the amount of foods that they need to, which will cause a food shortage in the US. I just thought it was so interesting how just this one small town can have that big of an impact on the United States. And I felt that a lot of people don't realize that because even though I was from a small town, I didn't realize that right away either. So I was just super attracted and interested to solely how much of an impact it has, and I just really wanted to get that out there. So I decided to write a speech on it.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
My team had quite a few different ideas on what call to action we wanted to do, and at the end of it all, we decided that distracted driving was the most important and that most affected our generation, especially texting and driving. There are so many accidents involved with texting and driving in our age group, it's crazy. So we just wanted to really get that out there, and we decided that if our speech only impacted the 25 people in the room, that could possibly save someone's life. That could possibly make that much of a difference to a family or to a small town or to a community. And we just, together as a group, we just decided, this is what we have to do. This is beyond important. This affects our generation so much. And so many people think, oh, I can do it. I can text and drive. But they don't realize how big of an issue it is until they lose someone close to them or they get in an accident. So we wanted to really just make this speech really raw and real and just really get that call to action out there.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I think if I were to ask my group, their response would be that I was always really prepared. I always came to our class and our meetings super prepared and just kind of one step ahead of the game, just to help everything go smoothly in our meetings and just to make sure that everyone was on the same page. I really kind of tried to step up and lead the group and make sure that everyone was on the same page and that everyone knew what they needed to get done. And I just kind of would help them out and make sure that as a group we were beyond prepared for our speech.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
I think the challenging thing for me with working with my team was just how busy we all were. It was so hard to find times to meet. I think communication for my group was really key because we were always rushed. Like, we'd meet 10 minutes here, half hour here. We never really had the opportunity to just sit down, write our speech, talk everything out, and practice. We all kind of did it on our own and then would come together over the phone or in a quick 10-minute meeting in between class. And we just really tried to make sure everyone was on the same page and that everyone knew what was being asked of them and what needed to be done so that we could come together as a group, even though we didn't always get to meet together as a group, but so that we could come together as a group and really be prepared on the day of the speech.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
I believe that the one thing that I'm really going to take away from this class is just being comfortable to speak in front of people. I have really bad anxiety, and I always hated talking in front of people and doing presentations in class. And I think that through our small group activities and through all the speeches we had to do, I really just kind of broke out of that shell and became comfortable with speaking in front of people and putting my ideas out there. And I think I really learned how to hide my anxiety and how to deliver a speech really, really well. And I'm super thankful that I learned this in this class, and that I can take this away from this.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Thank you, you too.